Cedrick Nkabinde is expected back before the Parliamentary Ad Hoc Committee today. This will be the Police Ministry's Chief of Staff's second time before MPs. The committee is probing allegations of criminal infiltration, corruption and political interference in the justice system. Now, Nkabinde was sent packing last week after he admitted to, quote-unquote, thumb-sucking some of his testimony related to Police Minister Senzo Mchunu and Mogotsi, who's now told the Madlanga Commission he's an agent for crime intelligence. Watching developments for us from Parliament is SABC News reporter Bulelani Phillip, who joins us now live. And Bulelani, it was about dates and the chronology of events. That's essentially what pushed MPs to a point where they felt that essentially them probing Cedrick Nkabinde wasn't worth their time. In fact, later in the day, the EFF even opened a case against him.
Good morning to you, Ayanda, and to the viewers at home. Of course, yes, you've correctly put it out that he is having a second bite at giving testimony before this ad hoc committee. Of course, as you've indicated, he was sent packing home last week after he gave discrepancy evidence in relation to whether when he met Mogotsi, who's currently testifying before the Madlanga Commission. Of course, he's coming back today, and he's been given a chance rather to actually redraft his sworn statement so that it can reflect a correct chronology of events as to when he met Mogotsi, because in his testimony last week he had indicated that he first met him when General Madlanga called him to verify whether he knew him. But then again, under cross-examination or from leading evidence leader, he was also indicating that he first met him when he was organizing an event for Minister Mchunu at the Stelfontein mine in the northwest, given that he's an activist in that part of the country. Of course, we expect him today to take the stand at 11 o'clock this morning, where again he will be taken through the new redrafted sworn statement by evidence leader Advocate Norman Arendse. Ayanda.
And I know this might be a bit of an unfair question, but Bulelani, do we know how things are likely to unfold? In other words, what is the approach taken by this committee? Will they start from the beginning or essentially take off from where they stopped the last time Cedrick Nkabinde was there? I'm not sure if Bulelani is able to hear us, but it'll be interesting to see, of course, what the approach will be from MPs, given the fact that, of course, something like this is the first time where we're seeing. Bulelani, hopefully you can hear me now. Has there been any kind of communication from the committee about what their approach will be? Are they going to start from the beginning as if Cedrick Nkabinde hadn't appeared, or do we know if they're going to be essentially picking up from where they left off the last time he was before the committee? All right. Clearly, Bulelani is not able to hear me, but time will tell, so to speak. 11 o'clock is when we're expecting Cedrick Nkabinde to appear before parliamentarians. He, of course, has been implicated insofar as the drafting of that controversial letter or directive is concerned. That directive that was made public on the 31st of December last year. Part of the allegation is that Cedrick Nkabinde is the one who saw through to the writing of that directive, which, of course, we now know took members of the PKTT and Madlanga himself by surprise. So we'll get a sense of how things unfold once we get to 11 o'clock.